Hey everybody, I'm trying to see if we're on. This is my first time using, oh, looks like we're starting. Hey everybody, this is my first time using Live Producer, so bear with me here. But what I'm really excited to talk to you guys today is about how you can help your child with reading different genres and different texts, but then understanding what they know about those genres to help them understand what they're reading even more. And so one way that you can do this is have a lesson around genre. A lot of times when I've tested kids in the past, like reading level testing, and I wanted to see, where they are as a reader. Are they growing as a reader? One of the questions that we often ask is, what genre is this book or text, and how do you know? And I would say like 95% of the students I've worked with just this year either did not know what genre was, or after I told them what genre was, could not identify what genre the book they were reading, let alone tell me how they know or the characteristics of that genre. So this is a big skill that's so important that you will want to teach your child at home. So here's how you can do that. So here you can start with this learning target. It says smart readers use what they know about genre to understand what they are reading even more. So the first thing I would do is I would brainstorm with your child, what are the types of genres that you already know? Because I bet you they could name some of these. Even though they can't tell you the characteristics of that genre, I'm sure they know some of the names. Like I'm sure they know fiction and poetry and, nonfiction. They'll know some of these. So when I was working with some second and third graders today, we came up with this list of genres together, and we came up with fiction, poetry, mysteries, nonfiction, biography, fantasy, autobiography, and fairy tales. And of course, there's so much more than that, but that's what we came up with together. And so then what I would recommend you do is choose one of these genres to focus on. Maybe you'll focus on it for a week or two, or maybe you'll focus on it for a month and make a unit out of it. So what we did was we chose fairy tales as our focus. And so before I even started, I asked them, what do you know about fairy tales? So that's something that you can ask your child is, what do you already know that fairy tales often have in them, and see what they can come up with. And then what I would do is I would, choose a fairy tale book and read it together with your child and check off the things that your child said that you find in the book. And then as you read, you're going to come across some more elements or some more characteristics and add those to the list. So here's what we came up with, our second and third graders today. Here's what we came up with what fairy tales often includes. So we said it's usually set in the past. It can include fantasy or make-believe characters. There's usually good versus evil characters in them, some magical elements oftentimes. It may include things like in threes, like, the three little pigs or the three bears, things like not only people or objects, but it could also be events in threes. Like with the three little pigs, the wolf went to destroy three different houses, three different times. So that would be an example of three events. And then also there's a problem or a conflict that needs to be resolved. And then there's often happy endings. And then the problem usually gets resolved in the end. And it usually teaches a lesson or demonstrate values that are important to different cultures. And so these are the characteristics. And as we were actually reading this one, the true story of the three little pigs, together, we came up with this list and added to it. So that's something that you can do with your child. Now, once you have this list, okay, now this is where you can, and you've also read a fairy tale together, this is where now you can springboard in to a writing assignment. So what our second and third graders are doing this week actually is they are going to be creating their own story. Now some of them might create their very own fairy tale, like brand new, it's not out there, their own, make-believe characters, their own magical elements, things like that. Some of them might decide to do another version of a fairy tale that they already know. Like this one, The Three Little Pigs is the original version, and then here's another one, The True Story of the Three Little Pigs, and then here's another one, The Three Ninja Pigs. And I have so many other ones that are like that have different versions. So maybe your child might want to create another version to a fairy tale that they already know. And then another option is they could just do a fictional story. It doesn't have to have magical elements like fairy tales, but it's still fictional. They could do that too. So there's lots of different things that you could do after you talk about different genres and then choose one and then together come up with the characteristics of that genre, then read a book in that genre together, and now you can connect it to a writing assignment, something of their choice that they could pick to write about. So there you go. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post a picture of this book so that if you want to check it out or get your own copy, you can have that too as well. All right? I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.